If you're seeing that I'm wearing the exact same thing in the exact same setup, it's because I'm filming this together. So welcome to my January flip through and also my February setup. I asked you guys on Instagram if you would prefer me to do a setup at the start of every month or a review, and a lot of people were like, why don't you just do both? And I was like, okay, so that's what we're doing today. Full disclosure, I'm not like an expert in bullet journaling. This is my second year doing bullet journaling. My first year was very functional, but now that I have more time because I'm unemployed and I've always loved like art and drawing and sketching and all this kind of like weird design stuff, so I thought that I would make it like super aesthetic. You don't have to spend as much time as I do on my journal, but I just want to show you like my different spreads. Basically, I don't know, it's just I like it. I want to show it to y'all. As with everyone being kind of new to the bullet journaling thing, I still don't exactly know what is my style. I don't think I'm a minimalist, but I don't think I'm like one of those really colorful scrapbooking artists either. I just kind of do what makes me happy in the moment, and I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of switching the style up every month or so. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. For January, let's take a look. So this is my cover page for January. It just kind of happens to match the recurring tasks. But I just saw like this mountain line drawing and I thought it was really cool, so I just wanted to incorporate that in. I copied this font, it's called Vogue, I believe, off of the font. And then I just added some stars to make it like more, you know, colors. I ended up like coloring in with like different shades of blue just because, you know, I haven't touched my color pencils in a while, and it does stain a little bit, so if you don't want this page to be stained, I don't recommend you doing that, or I recommend you using like those fixatives, but that's a lot of effort for a bullet journal, so I don't think I'll be doing that anymore. That was just like a trial and error kind of thing. And then I kind of used a mild liner in yellow to just kind of like highlight the just make it pop a little bit, you know? So, okay. So with every month, I like to do this like line thing. A lot of people like to draw the little like calendar boxes. It's not my thing. I just find that it takes a lot of time, and sometimes you get the numbers wrong and it looks funny and just it's just a mess. So I like to do this. I like to just list them down. I have the days of the week on this side and then the numbers on this side, and I have events on this side and deadlines here. I used to put events here, but then I kept like writing it here, so I was like, might as well swap it over, you know? Make the system work for you and you don't work for the system. So here are like all the events, like things that I'm going out for, and you know, my birthday. And then right here I usually have like deadlines and stuff like that, general guidelines of like notices and all that. I have a future log here which is not filled at all, and a social plan, so like people that I want to meet this month, etc. I usually fill this in at the start of the month, which is why I don't really keep up with it. Yeah, I actually added this sometime during the middle of the month because I just realized this page was super plain and super kind of lame, and so this one I just kind of thought of like freestyle, because this one I did get inspiration from one of these like mountain line drawings, but it's very easy. You just kind of like anyhow draw a jagged line and then you just shade the other side, and then yeah, these lines, they look really difficult, but actually they're super easy. So the next page is the intentions page and kind of like flavors of the month. I call it intentions instead of goals because, you know, my goals are like bigger goals at the start of the year. These are the videos that I wanted to create within this month. This is just like, you know, plan, film, edit and post. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's update this while we're going. So, you know, that Tinder video did okay. House tour is not happening yet. The noodles and soup. Oh wait, actually, it's become mala. I tried mala for the first time. Colourpop haul, I have already planned it. I'm gonna shoot it. Right. And then this, you know, we're shooting it right now. So this to-do section is actually a smaller, more concise breakdown of my yearly goals. If you haven't seen my setup yet, I recommend you do that because I explain what these little dots are, but basically I have a more concise plan for me to reach those goals. And so I have stuff like, oh, watch a Spanish film, like read this particular book, or like work out twice a week. And every week I kind of come in and check back in on how I did my stuff. As you'll be able to tell sooner into the video, I'm actually not done with the month of January yet. I'm just filming these so that you can get a head start on planning and thinking of how you want to start your spread. And people that haven't started their bullet journal, but you know, you want to start in February, you can also do that too. I often have this problem of like, oh my god, I didn't start doing this on Monday, I just have to wait until like the next start of the week. But my best friend was like, it's Tuesday. Like, it's still the start of the week. So it's still the start of the year. If you want to set up your bullet journal now, it's never too late. So right here, we have my birth chart. I like to look at astrology. People like to think it's a pseudoscience. I like to think it's just kind of fun to look at, you know? These are just for me to track on my favorites. I will expand on this in the next month because I feel like this is a bit too small. But I also have stuff for the month. So my plant of the month is my money plant. And I love it so much. It's so cute. I just was kind of talking about how I overwatered it and then I underwatered it because I was so scared of watering it. And it's doing okay, you know, my plant is fine, but it's just really tough. So this is also my card of the month. I think I was like panicking in one of my vlogs for Vlogmas. I had a tarot reading and I call it tarot. Yikes. So yeah, that's my mistake. I don't pick it out, I just kind of draw it and then I read it. So the card of the month is the Queen of Wands, and it's a lot of like optimism and fire and energy, which is really great because I think that's what I need this month. As you can tell from here, because I received the bullet journal a bit late, so I didn't manage to do the first week of January on here. I started out with the 7th. And I really don't know what I was doing in this spread. It's really messy. I have this small thing here for me to track like which week is it. I never did that in any of my spreads the previous year, but I just wanted to try it out. And then my habit tracker. I never work well with like monthly trackers because I never remember to flip back. This is a little bit messy. I know. This is this week, this is my video schedule, and this is the stuff that I have to do next week. And then this is just kind of what I tried to do. I don't think it's really my style. I think I was trying to get inspiration on how I can make it as neat as possible but still have space to do artwork. And so I ended up with this like Windows 95 kind of looking setup. I don't know how I feel about it. And I also tried to split up my tasks and everything into different sections, so like personal, social, and work, but that really didn't work out very well. As you can tell, it's still kind of like jumbled and messy, and I would just prefer not to have that. So in the next week, we have a brain dump section, just for me to be a little bit messy, for me to try out these like little tapes, which I will be doing a haul on, a Daiso stationery haul. Stay tuned, it'll be fun. Like, you know, that Tinder thing, what I want to say, what I want to write down. I had to like put a couple of disclaimers, and even then it got like a bunch of dislikes because people are just so butthurt that they're exposed on Tinder. So oh well. Okay, I'm sorry this is blurred out, but this is pretty personal. It's a journal entry and I just wanted to kind of talk about like feelings and stuff. And then I took out my watercolor after like a million freaking years, and so I just kind of like swatched it. And then there were these tips on like how to detox your body and cleanse it, because I feel like I need to detox. So that's that. And then this is actually this week's. So I'm very happy with this spread. I think it's much cleaner. I used a Signal 0.38 like blue-black pen. And so I did like almost like a radar mountain landscape thing up above, just a simple line, and then a shaded one down below. I think if I were to go back, I could remove the straight line below and just make it into this like shaded thing. I think it'd be quite cool. And I also found it was great because I had enough space for everything. I downsized my weekends because I know that usually weekends I spend it at like a family thing or like a friend thing, and I usually don't do any work. So this week, a schedule, and the next week. And then I also have my habits tracker. I haven't filled it in yet. And this was actually done with a brush pen. I'm trying to learn how to do hand lettering. It's a little bit different for left-handers, but yeah, we're trying it out. And then right here I have the grab bags, the different meetup times and the different peoples. I honestly am not like scrimping on my pages. I'm just using whatever pages I need because I know that this is like my main, and I don't want to make it feel very cramped because that was a problem that I was having with like some of my previous journals. So this is also like a career kind of page, stuff that I need to do, I need to get in order. I was trying to draw a mandala, it didn't really work out very well. I don't usually like to plan my weeks ahead because I like the feeling of like having a Saturday, Sunday, a chill session, like watching How to Get Away with Murder and like kind of drawing out my layouts and kind of playing with it. I don't like to plan it too far in advance because I feel like I don't have anything to look forward to then, and then I may not be as motivated to continue. Or if I need like a different layout, for example, if I need something specific to my week, if it's extra busy, if it's not as busy, you know, I like to like switch it up. So if I wasn't filming this, I wouldn't plan ahead, but because I am filming this, I wanted to show you a couple of other layouts that I've been playing with as well. So this is gonna be next week's layout. I realized that I really like vertical ones because I usually do have a lot of tasks and I can either use 2 lines for one or just like abbreviate my stuff so that I know what I'm doing. And this way it's easier for me to kind of look. So these are gonna be events and like focuses of the day, which is why this is blank. I'm gonna be filling in with like a white pen on what I have to do. I already do have a couple of people that I want to see, and then like the different tasks. I have a this week, I have a KIV, I have a schedule, and then I have a next week. And I really like this setup. It's just that for me, I like to have that habit tracker, right? So I was thinking, how else can I incorporate the habit tracker without having like a chunky sidebar? So I tried to do this. I don't know if it's gonna work. I have my 12 habits and I have like 7 boxes for the week. So I'm just gonna see if it works. And then I have a little like calendar thing to indicate that this is the 3rd week. And then this is gonna be the final week. I also wanted to experiment with minimal spreads because I love minimal spreads. All of the spreads that I save on my Pinterest are usually minimal, which is kind of funny because I think what I put on paper and what I really like to look at are very different. This was inspired by something that was even more minimal than this, but I added a washi tape because I bought a shit ton of washi tape for fun. And I was like, crap, I better start using them. So I kind of did my dates and then the days in a grey Copic marker. And then I also have this, which is the habit tracker. So I'm just gonna see if I like this setup, you know. And then I have a bullet journal ideas, different themes and different colors that I want to incorporate so that when I reach the start of the next month, I don't like panic and be like, oh my god, what do I want to draw? I know that Amanda Rach Lee and a lot of other bullet journals like to have a specific theme. A color scheme would be fun, but I also don't want to restrict myself too much. So as you can tell, in these next 2 ones, you don't really see that whole mountain kind of graphic line drawing kind of situation going on. I just like to experiment and see what I like. So that is that for January. So for February, I have been so excited to start drawing plants. I really want to do an earthy tone, kind of muted greens and oranges and browns kind of situation, and I want to make it like kind of minimal but still very cute and very me. And I also want to switch up a couple of things, so I'm just gonna start drawing. I realized that no one really tells you this, but you need to wipe the side of your ruler so that you don't get smudges like this black marker, especially when you're using like Copic markers or brush pens and stuff like that. I've, you know, been through situations where I smudged it with my ruler or like I took it away too fast, that kind of thing. And also because I'm a left-hander, I usually do need something on the bottom of my hand so that I don't smear the ink, but right now I think we're okay. I hope. Oh my god, let's not jinx it. I also don't have the best like lighting situation right now. I'm trying to like rely on natural lighting, so if you see shadows, my head's coming in, or if my head does actually come into this frame, please don't blame me. Okay. For a mild liner, this is not very mild. Should probably test them out next time. Oh well. You live and you learn. Okay, so this is the setup for now. I'm definitely gonna build on it, but I think I will spend like literally hours if I were to stay here and just like slowly do it. And then this is the February. I had a little frame, and then it's just very minimal for now because I know I will add stuff to it. I don't know if I'm gonna do a botanical line drawing here or like a border or like color it in. I don't know. Right here we have the monthly log. I'm gonna write down my numbers and my dates soon, but here we have events, videos, and then deadlines, priorities, future log. right here, we're gonna do something a little bit different. So remember how when I was talking about my weekly spreads, I really like the idea of tracking my habits, but the weekly ones are starting to take up a lot of space and a lot of time because every week is just kind of like the same thing. Now I split them up by habit so that I can see them and then do it individually, as opposed to doing like a flowchart spreadsheet kind of thing, because that really didn't work. I'm also gonna do this little bit. It's called a productivity tracker. I kind of saw it on one of the other like minimal bullet journalists. He has a bar to kind of track the number of hours he spends on doing his work. I specifically want to track good habits, the stuff that I know I want to spend hours on. So instead of doing a smaller favorite section or whatever it is, I decided to have a big monthly review. I have here what I did, what I enjoyed, what was happening, and also kind of videos that I want to make or videos that I would be making in February. So now for our weekly spread, because I don't have the habit tracker anymore, I find myself being able to have so much more space and creativity with how I want to do my weekly spreads. Tie it together with a, swirly vine and then little flowers and buds here and there, but it's basically it. It's really easy. You will see the other weekly spreads and also any of the other stuff that I come up with throughout the month once February is over, and then we're planning for March. So if you like this, don't forget to click thumbs up. Let me know what else you want to see. If you want a specific theme, if you want specific colors, I'm gonna try and do it differently. I think right now I'm still very influenced by what I'm seeing on Pinterest and what I'm seeing by bullet journalists like on YouTube. So I'm gonna try and like do my own thing and I'm gonna experiment with it. So yeah, if you have any suggestions or ideas, please let me know. But if not, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifs, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye!